Hello. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I don't know. Y'all see my face in a minute. That's ugly, but y'all see it in a minute. I am going. Yes, I am. Where is image capture? Capture device. Okay. Hello. Hello, good sir. What the freak? Now don't do this to me now. Okay, you connected. Hey, Reese, how you doing? Shut up, watch, and come on camera. Activate. I started a little earlier so I can give people time to join in, but it's taking longer than I thought. Camera. Hello, camera. Hey, remove it and do it again. Third time's the charm. Am I right? I just right-clicked. That was the wrong click. Video capture device. It's been a little bit since I've done this. There we go. There's my ugly face. Why is it lagging? Is it lagging? I don't know. Am I lagging? Okay, I almost said, or am I lagging? That would have been a weird thing to say. Anyways, how y'all doing? Y'all doing good? That's too big. Pause? I don't know. Freaking me. Stop it. Get some help. Okay. Okay. Now it's too small. But good smoothie. I want to make sure I'm on this screen before I freaking press spacebar and end the stream. Actually, I have to go back over to this screen because I have to select stream. Haha. No current live stream to refresh. Booyah. The freak. Excellent connection. Hopefully it stays like that. Because the connection earlier today, internet connection earlier today, sucked. So, haha. Anyways, I'll go ahead and do the intro, I guess. What's going on, everyone? Today in the stream, we're going to be reacting to Points in my favorite reading of Puppet to Fame Act 2 by Caden. I said that right. Dark Slash Fanfic by Scribble Productions. Been a little bit since we done this. I'm like, you know what? Let's do a stream. I'm not doing nothing else today. Actually, where's my phone at? I want to make sure they didn't get my car done. That's a negative. Okay. Car's still in the shop. Been in there for a month and a week. That's nice. That's nice. It's okay. That's nice. You know? I am going to check the stream before we get started. I don't want to make sure I'm missing anything. Do not connect AirPods to this device. Get off of my... Okay. It's okay. I'm fine. I'm okay. Channel, videos. Bro, I have 732 videos I've recorded and uploaded. That's ridiculous. Are you going to... Can I help? Can I... I'm fine. I'm fine. Let's see if I'm recording, though. No, you're not. No, I actually do have to turn down the volume for the video because that thing's going to blare y'all's eardrums out. If I don't... Okay, that should be good. Let's just go ahead and get into this. Okay. If y'all's eardrums are blown out, let me know. And I will probably fix it, but I don't know if I will. Just
Ponytails.
Cheers, let me know.
Red.
What's up, Scribbler?
Hi,
Why is the
Scribbler.
quality worse than my mother? I didn't just say that. Shut up.
Offering or discounting roles.
Yeah, I didn't do that. Shut up. No. All this is worse than my mother. We're good. It's okay.
Ponytails. Red by Scribbler.
No. Vegetables. Good. I don't like them, but they're good. To some people.
Warning.
What is this?
This fic contains themes that
Hold
some
up.
listeners...
Wait, This is Octavia, yep. But I'm getting a warning from YouTube. You know what? Y'all watch it with me. What's going on? Audio stream's current bitrate is 0. That's not possible. The bitrate cannot be 0. Can it? How do I fix that? The audio stream. I have never ran into this problem before. Don't tell me I have to restart the freaking stream. I'm not restarting the stream. Freak that. Audio. Audio bitrate for streaming is 160. Mine's at 160. What do you mean it's 0? YouTube seen my last video and didn't like me that much. Oh, now excellent. Now it's an okay. That's just Flex stream. Haha. No current live streams. Refresh. Booyah. Booyah. The freak. Audio sounds good to me, besides the crackling in the background because of, external noises. But besides that, it seems fine for me. You know what? Freak it. If we die, we die. It's all right. Warning, record. I don't care about warnings. Warnings are for babies. Even though I literally just looked at a warning. Shut up. Warning. What's a warning?
Audience discretion is advised.
I don't care.
If you are offended, don't say we didn't warn you.
I'll never be offended, bro. I'm non-offended. Let's go! Sorry.
A Puppet to Her Fame by Caden. Act 2. Concerto.
Act 50. What? Concerto. Concerto. Concert.
I recall equal parts.
Yeah, hope you get better, Reese.
And
I'm glad you made it to the stream.
Satisfaction when I awoke.
You might not think that the whole thing's gonna be a little bit of a long
one.
Myself. Shut up, I'm talking. The video I'm reacting to is an hour and 17 minutes. It's gonna be a little bit on the longer side.
My second was to aim away from the bed as I vomited. My head.
Not that noises again.
And despite however long I had been asleep, I was still drowsy.
That's nice.
I considered this a victory. As cruel as she was, my mother never lost control. I had to have hit a sore spot with her to make her knock me out that suddenly. My throat was aching, and my head was pounding. I idly watched the clock while drifting in and out of sleep. Orchestra practice was at 6. Around 5, I was awake long enough to realize how hungry I had become. I did not look forward to making a trip to the kitchen. Once my body had recovered from the nausea, I got out of bed and approached the door. It creaked slightly as I pushed the door open enough to glance out into the hallway. My parents were not in sight, and my goal was to keep it that way. Quickly and quietly, I made my way to the kitchen. Each short hallway felt like a trap, yet I managed to make it to the kitchen unnoticed.
It's a trap. They want you to be hungry, then I'll kill you.
Was preparing some daisy sandwiches. I approached him quietly and submissively.
I did not know I had this on my desk. I have a freaking spark plug puller on my desk. I literally had no idea. I missed you. Yup, missed you all. It's been a while since I've done a live stream.
Great to risk upsetting the stallion with half a dozen sandwiches in front of him.
Gotta get back to doing them.
May I?
Glad to see you up. Take as many as you want.
Get out of here, TV.
Thanks.
Hey, cook it for me. Freak
I scooped up a few sandwiches.
60 hurt pizza.
You know,
I'm sorry.
Ponies aren't usually nice to me. What's your motive? What do you get out of it? He stood in silence
April with
for a
Everett
moment, averting
Chevrolet.
his gaze.
I don't care about Chevrolet and Hickory.
You
Freak
remind me of some pony. I failed them.
Never mind.
And I have to live my life being reminded of
Me
that.
too. I'm glad. I'm
every
glad
day.
you miss me too. I'm glad someone does.
Helping you makes it feel better.
Ow.
I stood there in silence for a moment. You know, I wish I had grown up with Earth Pony parents like you.
You're only helping me.
I turned.
Just to help
and
your own
exited
self?
the kitchen.
Wow, you selfish pizza. Sorry. Sorry.
It was a relief to make it back to my room and eat in peace.
Is volume too loud?
After finishing
Probably.
my meal, I saw I had about 20 minutes left to compose some music. A jubilant violin and cello duet was playing non-stop in my head. If there was time, I would have listened to the beautiful song all night. My mind needed to be
That
clear
song in the background
playing my
sounds pretty
cello
beautiful
tonight,
though.
so I
Listen to
composed
that
it
all night.
and would enjoy the duet later. I hastily
No.
scribbled the staccato eighth notes for the violin onto the page.
I know what that
Below
means.
them
I
sat
played
the whole
band
and half notes of a harmonic
through
chord
high
on the
school,
cello.
middle school, same thing.
Pianissimo, then a crescendo into fortissimo, then a
Crescendo.
decrescendo, back to pianissimo.
That's going up.
The
Yeah, I
music
know what
was
you're saying.
alive
Shut up.
and wrote itself onto the page. The technical terms of my craft are meaningless to one who can feel the music flowing through their veins. My hooves glided across the page until I heard a knocking at my door. I stopped scribing my work and felt twinges of pain shoot up from my hooves. Ignoring my urge to continue writing, I managed to pull my forelegs back under my control. I walked to the door.
Rosemary. Oh, yeah, I
expecting to
remember
find
now.
my
Yeah,
mother,
how you doing,
and
Rosemary?
was relieved to see the butler.
It's time for concert practice, milady.
He said flatly.
It's time to get another
It
beating.
tickled me
I'll
each
beat
time
you
he called
down.
me that. His
Already got a headache.
professionalism truly knew no
I gotta
bounds.
chill.
I'd
got a long
often
way to go.
suspected that, for all the occasions I had given him a hard time, he might have gone so far as to ask my father to punish me. He seemed neutral enough to dispel such notions. I began to walk out the door, and he stopped me.
Your cello.
I left it at the theatre.
No, it's right there.
He pointed with a hoof to my cello stand.
Nah, I left it in a theater, bro. You don't know what
Oh.
you're talking about.
Just as he had indicated, my maplewood cello sat neatly on its stand in the corner. I went over.
Those are
and
some
placed
emojis
it
I've
into
never
its
seen
case
before.
and strapped it on my back. My mind must have been too focused on composing to realize it had been brought back by the butler. Very well, buttered toast, lead me to yon theatre. I marched out of the room.
Why would you want to
balancing the
compose, though?
cello
Ain't
on
that
my
what you
back.
getting you killed anyways?
After the operant conditioning my
Drop
parents
it.
used to
You're
train
growing
me to
strings
carry
out
a
of
bulky
yourself.
instrument, I never dropped it. I could
That could
still
mean
feel a
so many
twinge of
different
pain
things.
when it
Y'all
canted
shut
off
up, y'all
balance
dirty
towards my
minds.
left side.
30?
Not even
I said 30.
could
I didn't
argue
say
with the
30.
effectiveness of their technique. My smile ceased, and my expression went cold when I saw my parents waiting near the door. Neither of them spoke. Even though neither of them spoke, their message was clear.
Don't you dare run off again, you insolent brat.
I'll run off again. What you gonna do about it? What your dumb self gonna do about it, little dear old daddy that went to go get milk but sadly came back too early? What the freak you gonna do about it? Nothing. What freak I thought, man. Get out of here with that. I'm sorry. It's not even me. It's her. I'm venting for no reason. This did not happen to me. Can you brighten up, light? You're my only source of light here. Don't go out on me, please. Thing freaking dimming. And this camera's going out. I can tell. This camera's
It did
not
not
looking so
take
good.
long for me to reach the theatre. Lyra seemed surprised to see me, and after the practice concluded, I found out why.
Octavia,
don't
what
worry about why I
happened to
did that.
you?
Huh? Do I have a bruise?
So dark.
I looked myself over again, and noticed the bow tie. Ugh, not this again. I tore the bow tie off and threw it on the ground.
What bruises? No, you missed practice yesterday. The night before that, you went home with Vinyl, and you were gone when she woke up.
Yeah, I was nervous when I woke up in bed with... Wait, yesterday? What day is it?
It's Wednesday.
Been
Are
asleep.
you feeling okay?
Lyra placed a
Nope.
hoof on my forehead. Son of a... I was out cold for a whole day?
I figured it'd be worse than a cold.
Never mind. I need a night off. Let's go back to the nightclub, I exclaimed.
You sure? I know Vinyl and Bon Bon would like to see you're okay.
You're gonna die.
You're just acting odd.
Odd.
These fans are kicking up on the
Yeah,
PC. I gotta stop pausing.
Guess
It's a
it
long
would look
video.
that way. I mean, I
Yeah.
did freak out a little when I woke up in Vinyl's apartment. I smiled.
Y'all are
little.
doing something. It's all
When
it
you
is.
woke up in her apartment, composed a symphony on napkins, pizza boxes, a few pieces of parchment, and a 12-pack of beer, and then ran away? Yeah, just a little odd.
Oh, just a little
What
bit.
can I say?
A little bit.
Inspiration strikes in odd places. Now, I'd like to get out of here before the butler finds me. My parents don't approve of fun and sent him to watch over me.
I can understand that. I can't imagine spending my whole life stuck behind a cello and a desk full of parchment.
Oh, you got no
Consider
idea.
yourself lucky.
Considering all the drinking we've been doing, Vinyl and Bon Bon are at my apartment. We're just gonna relax tonight.
All right, I responded. Lyra walked away from the downtown district that had become so familiar to me lately. We were
The
somewhere
emojis.
east of the theatre, between downtown and the Noble district. The streets were packed with apartments and not much else. At least the roads and sidewalks were clean, and the planters had living flowers in them. Lyra and Bonbon lived in an apartment identical to the rest of the street. Each one had grey outer walls, windows evenly spaced in pairs, and a single door leading inside.
We don't need
Past a small atrium with stairs leading
the
up to the
detail.
various dwellings.
I never forget the word.
Lyra's
Y'all
room was
did.
number 7, which caused me to giggle. I thought a simple number could foreshadow my good fortune.
7 is God's number, so I mean it does make sense, but
Upon entering her apartment, I was taken aback. It had the most amazing patterned carpeting, being grey with speckled brown and black spots throughout. Lyra's simple brown sofas looked much more comfortable than the Chesterfield with
no, you
silk
did what you
trimming
mean,
my room.
Rosemary. I say
Vinyl
something that makes sense
gestured me
too.
over to the sofa. I was
To
sure
let y'all know, whenever I say something and y'all respond to what I said or whatever, y'all gonna have to tell me what I said because I won't remember. I got short-term memory loss, okay? At least I think I do. I haven't been diagnosed, but I probably do.
my parents or the butler had
I
some sort of
forget
trick up
easily.
their sleeves. Perhaps they had let me sneak out again and were devising some worse punishment. Had the butler been instructed to follow me to Lyra's apartment? Maybe they wanted to come and take my friends away. I pushed the thought from my head.
They want to kill you.
Tonight would be fun. If I didn't die of embarrassment from how I ran off last night, I'd get to spend more time with Vinyl. Maybe she could tell me what
I'm
it
not
was
drinking a
like
soda
to
this
live a-
stream. I'm drinking I'm actually trying to be healthy this time. I'm also out of soda, so that's part of it. But I'm drinking a vegetable fruit smoothie. What's all in it? Bananas, strawberries, berries. Yeah. That's all I know. Broccoli and cauliflower, I know that as well. Carrots. There's some more stuff, but I don't know. I'm trying to be
Wild
healthier.
life. Perhaps the partying,
Only gonna last
drinking,
today,
and
not gonna
sleeping
lie.
with stallions and mares was
I'm
a
not kidding you.
lifestyle worth
I know you're talking
envying.
about that.
It turned out to be Vinyl's night off, so we had some
The lost
time to chat.
narrator. Oh, that's from
We
never
sat
mind.
on the couch with a couple
Never
of
mind.
mixed drinks, while Lyra and Bonbon talked quietly in the chairs near the fireplace.
Hey, Octi. Sorry about the whole apartment thing. You could barely walk, and I had to levitate you back to my place.
Yeah, we almost
Vinyl
smashed.
explained.
It was like,
Oh,
I'm straight,
thanks.
buddy.
I blushed and felt a little relief.
Maybe
Well,
I'm
I'd
not.
be
I
worried
don't
when
know.
you vanished.
I'm bi.
Then I found the music you
Not me,
scribbled
not
all over
me.
my stuff.
Never mind.
I had no idea you could compose dubstep.
Yeah, I get these urge... Wait, what? What's dubstep? Vinyl laughed and adjusted her sunglasses.
Funny. You were tagging music left and right in my apartment. Half of it had some pretty sick beats. The other half looked like boring classical stuff.
Vinyl, no.
Boring
I
classical
thought
stuff?
I was
That's my
composing a
life,
string
buddy!
quartet piece. I had to get the music out of my head. It was driving me crazy. Then the headache and all that bright light. I heard you waking up and panicked. I thought you and I
Oh, don't say it. Don't say
slept
it.
together. A short gasp escaped her lips.
Octi, I wouldn't take advantage of you. You're lucky to still be innocent, and that's worth protecting. Stick with me and I'll make sure nothing bad happens to you.
Thanks. I'd like
But
that.
y'all females, so
I had
don't
never been
work
cruel
like
innocent before.
that.
It was hard to believe there was innocence left after my cruel upbringing.
So,
got no innocence
what
in
did
you at all.
Mommy think of your drunken all-nighter?
Vinyl chuckled.
Don't worry
What?
about it.
I was caught off guard. What should I say?
Might have been
Oh,
choked to
nothing
death.
much,
Don't worry
Vinyl.
about it.
She choked me out the instant she saw me. I told her I had slept with a mare, then I spat blood in her face. It's all good, though. She only knocked me unconscious for a day and a half. The vomiting and drowsiness probably wasn't a
You telling her all this?
concussion. She didn't say anything. I lied. She was just glad you weren't a drunk stallion.
At least they were cool about it.
Vinyl leaned forward and whispered,
So, I suppose you just fell down the stairs onto your throat and then missed band practice?
I instinctively raised my hoof to my throat. My trachea was still sore, and I hadn't taken a look at it. Had the bow tie been hiding a bruise? Did Vinyl know? My eyes darted around a bit, and I quickly drank the rest of whatever
That's
drink
what happened.
Bonbon had mixed in.
Yeah.
Calm down, it's cool. I'm
Mommy
here
didn't
if
beat
you
me
ever
half
want
to
to
death.
talk about it.
What's
Vinyl
cool? Why are you
smiled
mad at me?
weirdly
What'd I do? Why are you mad at
weirdly
me?
and sighed in relief. Thanks. I'm curious about your eyes. Why wear sunglasses indoors?
Facts.
Well, it's all part
I'm
of the
blind.
DJ Pwn 3 persona. You're alright, kid. I'll let you in on a little secret.
Vinyl
I'm
leaned
listening,
forward
buddy.
and lifted the glasses up,
Did we do it?
revealing 2 red irises.
I'm a vampire.
I had screamed before I realized what had happened. Vinyl's eyes shot wide open, and she put the shades back on, leaning back. Glancing around, I saw Lyra and Bonbon staring at me, and
Shut up,
chuckled
PC.
nervously.
Stop kicking up.
Vinyl
Not
joined
doing
in on the
nothing heavy,
laughter.
so shut up.
Whoa, Octi, I was just kidding.
Well,
I wear
obviously-
sunglasses because red is such a rare eye color. Ponies used to tease me about it.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
I got
I
red
said.
eyes.
Hi.
Look at me.
I actually think they're beautiful.
Duh.
Thanks, and relax. We're here to take it easy.
No.
Bonbon, can you make screwdrivers, please?
Sure thing, she
Screwdriver.
answered, smiling. What's a screwdriver?
It's what you use to drive screws around.
Vinyl
Frick
replied.
you.
Oh, okay. I smiled and
Her
leaned
eye
back into the
colors are
sofa,
Pink.
relaxing. Vinyl cocked her head to the side.
That's red.
Lyra wasn't kidding about you being sheltered.
That's
It's
purple.
orange juice and vodka.
Purple.
Figured I'd introduce you to the breakfast drink of champions. Well, it's tied with Bloody Marys, actually.
That's nice of you. There is one thing.
But they're
I've wondered,
purple.
Vinyl.
Shoot!
When I compose, I hear this music
I don't want to
in
look at
my
an image
head
that I might
that
regret.
no pony else can
Purple. They're
hear. And
purple.
my mother says it's my muse,
Sorry, I don't know why that upset me so. They're purple.
but neither she nor Lyra have ever heard music in their head. Do you ever hear music that you have to play on stage? Vinyl shifted in place and began to bob her head.
Like the idea for a wicked bass line that you just keep thinking about until you find the right beat for it?
Yeah.
No, I literally
No.
hear it. It echoes off the walls. Sometimes it is above me, other times all around me. No matter where I go or what I do, I continue to hear the music.
Do I not talk? Talk. Talk. Okay. Sorry, I had to make sure y'all can hear me and the audio good.
The only way to make it stop is to
I
compose
thought I
it.
ended the stream. I was about to cry.
It is loud enough to keep me
Pink.
up at
What's
night.
pink? Am I pink? Yeah, they are pink.
Vinyl
I remember now.
stopped imagining a new beat and looked back at me.
Well, Lyra says the stuff you write is amazing. I'm no expert, but that sounds like a decent trade-off for writing such awesome music.
I blushed at the compliment. I had never considered just how my music might outlive me. Would our grandchildren be playing my music? Would
Right, you
Celestia
can't
and
have
Luna
children.
be
You
hearing
will
my
let
song at a
me
gala in
in
a
the
1,000 years?
hoverboard.
Bonbon came back with the drinks and left us to our private chat.
Magenta.
I tried my
Magenta.
screwdriver.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's magenta. I'm so sorry. What is wrong with me today? Magenta. They're magenta. It's okay.
Harsh, but enjoyable. Thanks to Vinyl pacing me, I wasn't worried about passing out and waking up in her bed again.
Pink, magenta,
I
same
was
thing. It'll hurt my
enjoying this
brain.
night out. There was some music annoying me, begging to be composed, but I tuned it out. So, Vinyl, what's it like to do whatever you want?
I still
all the
say
time?
purple, but it's okay.
No parents bossing you
Purple,
around?
pink,
No
magenta.
pony controlling your every
3
move?
and 1.
I never
I'm
really
not
thought
listening to what
about
y'all
it.
saying. My
Being
bad.
a DJ is my passion. The first time
Rapping
I heard
my
electronic
passion, I'm
music
trash at it.
was after sneaking into a nightclub.
And I'm
I
also a
wasn't
drug
old
addict.
enough to be there,
Trash addict,
but I
drug
knew
addict.
after seeing the
Rhyme, shut
DJ
up.
table, speakers, wiring, and lights that I had to try it. That night after closing, I snuck back in to mess with it. That was when I discovered my cutie mark. I love what I do
How
more
wild,
than
trucker? Did I
anything.
read that right?
Being free is
How
just
you
a
doing,
part
bro?
of growing up.
Or girl, I'm
You
not
have to
judging.
become
Girl,
an adult
boy,
and
I
leave
don't
your
know.
parents' house
How you
eventually.
doing, bro?
That sounds nice. I sipped my drink and imagined moving out of my
Yeah,
parents'
compared to
house.
her when she's
It'd
getting
take an
choked
act of
every night.
Celestia or their
Y'all know
untimely
what I'm talking
deaths
about.
to make
She
that
got-
a reality.
Never mind.
You do love
Big
music,
fan?
right?
Appreciate it. Me
And
or
you
this?
plan to move
Probably
out.
this. I don't have
Finally
fans.
inquired. I'm not sure I get to
Just
do
roasting
that.
myself.
My parents are very strict.
Dang.
They built my whole life to turn me into an expert musician and composer. Heck, I
Tell her
don't
now.
even know
Tell
how I
her.
got my
Tell her they're
QT
killing you.
I cut myself
Tell her
off.
I'm killing myself
Quickly
too.
guzzled my drink.
That was a joke, you two.
Vinyl mouthed a
Voice
few
crack.
words before speaking.
Wait, did you almost say you don't know how you got your cutie mark?
Yeah,
I laughed nervously for a moment. Not really. I sort of got hurt one day and woke up with a cutie mark and a cello. That was the first time I started hearing music.
My fan.
Playing,
Let's go.
composing. Don't get me
I
wrong,
got
I
fans
enjoy
in this
it.
world.
The only time I get to be
I gotta
alone
listen
is
to
when
what
I'm
they're
playing
saying.
or
I don't know
composing.
what they're saying. What are they
I
saying?
lose
Y'all know what they're
myself
saying?
in the
I don't.
music, forgetting about all the bad things in my life. I sighed and looked down at the grimy floor. Barely a few
I
days
know,
had
Reese,
passed
I'm
after
just
getting
joking
out of the
around.
house and meeting other
I'm
ponies.
just joking around.
Already, the stark
I'm joking.
contrast
I'm
between
joking,
their
girl.
carefree lives and mine was crushing. My train of thought was interrupted by a glint reflecting off something.
Bro, I am cold and hot at the same time. How is that possible? I'm telling y'all
Vinyl
my
began to
personal
speak
issues.
again, but I
My
couldn't
bad.
hear her. My attention had been captured by 4 strings.
I start stripping or
dangling
something.
from across
That was a
wood
joke,
there.
YouTube.
At
Hate
the
you
end
anyways.
of each
YouTube, I hate
string
you.
hung a set of small metal.
Wait, it didn't get creepy all of a sudden. What happened?
I had enough experience by now to know they did not bode well. I tried to recall why this was happening. It usually seemed to occur when I needed encouragement to compose or play music. Aside from a hastily composed duet earlier, I hadn't
Put the knives
composed for
away,
3 days.
people. Pony, same thing.
Tonight, at practice, my cello parts had been unchallenging. All night long, I played slow chords and whole notes. Were they here, dangling in front of me?
I can't play
As a
violin. I'm not
threat.
gonna try to.
I had to decide what I would
Hello?
do as they inched closer to us. I could make a scene and fight it, or I could go willingly. Would they release me this time?
No.
What infernal tormentor had sent them for me? My distress
Probably
must have
Satan.
been written on my face.
Just saying.
I could feel my eyes widen and my heart pounding in my chest. My distress
Like
had to be
this.
easily visible to Vinyl.
Octi,
My arm already
what's
got tired.
wrong?
Genuine
Vinyl?
concern
I
was
don't
apparent in her
know.
voice.
Ow!
I was joking about the knives.
She yelped when one of the hooks pricked her leg and then pulled out.
Wait, what?
The small nick caused Vinyl to
What
look
happening?
around in confusion. I need to get home. Now. Thank you. Tonight was wonderful.
Recording a live stream.
I leaped off the sofa and ran out of the
Doing
apartment.
a live stream.
I turned to look behind me and saw the hooks jingling on the pavement in pursuit.
The
You
hooks
want
are-
me to compose! I'm going! In my confusion,
Why
I
say
nearly
no
got
and just let
lost
'em
in the
take
unfamiliar
you?
district. I ran
Be
as
like
quickly as I
Patrick and
could,
SpongeBob.
not
Jump
looking
on
back
it and
again.
go up.
If I ran
Y'all remember
fast
that
enough,
episode. Don't lie
I
like
could
y'all
beat
tell me
the
y'all
hooks
didn't.
home
Don't lie
and
like tell
convince
me
my
y'all
mother
didn't.
I had not gone out for drinks again.
I know
She'd
English.
likely punish me regardless, yet it was worth a shot. The mansion came into view. The sense of dread from
Oh,
being
yeah, she gonna
chased by
punish
the
you.
entity had dissipated.
You gonna wish you were
Circling
dead.
around to the
Well, you already
servants
do,
that
but that's
close to my
not the point.
estate, I finally slowed down.
Bye.
I knocked a few times, and after a couple of minutes,
joking.
the chef came
See you
and
later.
opened the door. Thanks, I whispered as I jogged past him.
Oh,
and
it's
headed up
over.
to my room.
It's
I would
over.
have to calm down and wait for the music to return to me with some.
I'll be right back, everyone. I'll be right back. Got me some food real quick. I am a mess. My desk is a mess. My life is a mess. My brain is a mess. Get off me, Shu. Woo! What's good, everyone? Let's get
something meaningful.
Y'all see
I
that?
had only
Yo,
been
y'all see that?
pieces of
Y'all see that? I'm not tripping.
music all night.
Okay,
like
it
a
fixed
middle eight
itself.
for a woodwind section, or a fanfare for the brass. In order to
Hi!
please the ghastly puppeteer, I would have to compose an entire orchestral
Hi.
arrangement. I turned
Look,
on the
I'm
lights
reading
to
chat.
my room, moaning as my family portrait came into view on the wall. It showed my parents dressed in their fancy suits. It showed me, cowering between them on my belly, with my ears lowered. As far as family portraits go, it could have been worse. I walked over to my
Well, you
desk
could have no head.
and remembered that I had left my cello and bow tie at the theatre.
Once they pause, but women
the
don't
butler
have.
would have
Never
grabbed the
mind.
cello,
Shut
but
up.
I'd rather
I'm not going
get
there.
a surprise visit from my mother. I searched my closet until
You
I
have
found a
Doritos.
discarded red bow tie. My hooves
I don't got
struggled with the
Doritos.
fabric as I attached it to my neck.
I don't got
It was obvious
Doritos.
from the large, loose knot that I had just put it on.
What is wrong with me?
I sat at the
Don't
desk
ask- don't
inside,
answer that.
dipping a quill in ink. Perhaps one day I would make my parents
Cool.
proud enough to buy me a pen. I'd heard nothing but good things
Buy
about
you a
them
pen,
from the
huh?
servants.
Think they
I
all
felt the
rich?
strings cross my back like a spider web, sending a chill down my spine. My whole body froze as I awaited a pinprick. Instead, I felt the bow tie fix itself. It almost looked normal, and just in time. My mother had chosen that moment to visit me. She had been in the mood to sneak up on me lately. Luckily, the muse that supplied me with so much wonderful music had me covered. The sonata, buzzing around my head, turned into a dirge. The brass section began to carry the beat with a foreboding fanfare.
It's all going on in your
I scribbled the
brain,
notes
or
down as quickly as I
like
could.
what going on?
Perhaps I could present this composition to my mother as a birthday present. Here you go, Mother. This song is what I think of you. Notice how I still have enough talent to write good music. Do you remember what that feels like?
You look awfully happy. I'm glad you're hard at work and not sneaking off to a bar. It is odd, though, that the butler carried in your cello. I've told you never let any pony else handle your cello.
And I told you to shut your mouth up! What you gonna do about that? Hurt my freaking throat? I do this for you guys, try to make y'all laugh. Is it working? Give me a minute.
Mother cooed. I had become used to when she wanted to lull me into a false sense of security. She got bored of
Hope
tormenting
I
me.
reach 1
and
billion
liked to
trillions of
mix
subs.
it up once
the
in
next
a while.
comment
I
says no.
wiped the smug
It's
grin
okay.
off my face and turned to face her.
If I ever,
Hello.
my dream goal is to reach 1 million subscribers. Will it ever happen? No, but I'm trying. My realistic goal is to my realistic goal is to speak English. My realistic goal, whatever. Yes, no, yes, I'm contradicted. I'm also addicted. What? But Reese, we're about to have to fight words, bro. Oh, I was about to go down. Are you talking about me? It would have.
Mother,
Let's just continue.
to what do I owe the pleasure?
Can't I drop in to see my favorite little girl?
Can I drop
wouldn't
in a
let
nuke
anything
on your
bad
head?
to happen to you if
Hey,
you
I'm
keep
trying to say
sleeping
house
out.
and head at the same
So
time.
I've brought you a little incentive.
This was it.
Ow!
Time to take a shot at her pride before she revealed her newest invention. Indeed, I would hate to get knocked up by a unicorn and have a filthy unicorn foal. She was actually stunned speechless, mouth agape for a moment. It had become a game between us. She would come and taunt me, I would make my quips, and she would punish me. The implications of what I had said caught her off guard. A rare victory.
Is she
I
laughing?
completely forgot I was poking a
laughing?
bear with a stick as my laughter echoed.
You don't know I got the strap, do you? I got the strap. I'm not afraid to whip. I'm not afraid to use it. You know what? I'm just gonna shut up. I'm just gonna clean my mic off after I spit everywhere.
Echoed throughout the room.
I see you later, wild
into my mouth
trucker.
and fastened it around my
See
head,
you later, bro.
gagging me.
It really is a shame, that filthy tongue of yours. Perhaps,
I'm about to
if I
choke
couldn't
her
spit it out, I should just have you chew on a hot coal for a couple of minutes. I heard that griffins did that to Pegasi prisoners of war.
She walked over to the hearth, where the servants had started a fire to keep me warm.
Long video. I can't keep pausing.
She wouldn't. There was no way.
Sadly, I have been instructed not to do anything drastic yet. Your
Drastic.
father has a contingency plan should you continue to rebel. For now, I'm just going to use the old-fashioned method to keep you from running away.
She turned to stare at
Magic.
me, malice radiating from her like heat from the sun. I got up slowly and walked over to my bed. My hope was to placate her and give her a false sense of security. I had even put the damned bow tie on. I lay down on top of the covers and closed my eyes.
Nice try, Octavia. You could lick my hooves clean and I still wouldn't believe you'd learned your lesson. How many times
And I would never do that.
have you been to the bar?
I rolled
533. That's how many times I've been to the bar. How many times have you been a freaking piece of crap? One Googleplex.
onto my belly as she approached me. She wasn't the only one who could trick some pony, and I never did it the easy way. Now it was her turn.
3 times. 3 times you run away after orchestra
523.
practice.
What number did I say
Isn't it
before? I
enough
don't
we
remember.
finally let you out
100.
of the house without us by your side? Must you act like an
Realistically,
ignorant
probably.
rock farmer? Must you confirm our beliefs that you are like an ignorant rock farmer? Must you confirm our
Yo, Pinkamena. Get him.
beliefs that you
Okay,
are
go
not
all over again,
worthy
buddy.
of the family name?
She was in
What about
striking
family name, bro?
distance now. I
What
tensed
about
up
a
my
family
haunches
name?
and launched
I don't care
myself
about
off the bed,
family.
tackling
I'm
her.
not Dom
My
Toretto.
hoof sailed towards her jaw, but she
Hey, look,
reacted
I made a
quicker than I thought
reference. I'm
possible.
good.
She flung me off and pinned me by the neck using the bow tie. It was much easier for a unicorn to use levitation to control inanimate objects than a living pony. I tried to rip off the bow tie so that she could not keep me pinned. My hoof finally found purchase, and the loosened tie flew off. In the few seconds I had to react, she brought a hoof down on my ribs, knocking the wind out of me.
If you want to act like a savage mud pony, then this is how I shall treat you from now on.
You've been doing this my whole life. What you talking about?
As a rope flew out. It quickly began wrapping around my legs, hog-tying me in seconds. I began to grin.
What's so funny?
Yo, ugly face.
I smiled as I thought about how the hooks would arrive and free me. Where are they?
Yeah, they're not going to. They never freed you before. Why would they free you now?
I'll be here to help.
You're an idiot.
I glanced over to the desk where I had been passionately composing. Of course, they only seem to appear when I need to compose or I'm ignoring the music. I grunted in anger.
That's right. Dressed up like a pig. I don't know why your father doesn't enjoy this as much as I do. I almost wish I could conceive another mud pony so that I could punish it when you start behaving.
I was floated up in the air by the ropes and ended up hanging upside down. I saw the window approaching as she opened it with her magic.
Animals sleep outside, and if you've learned anything in the last 18 years, you'll stop fucking with me!
The language. And wait, what? What is it funny about you? Reese, like I said earlier, you have to remind me what I was talking about for me to get what you're saying. My short-term memory loss is kicking in, and I don't know. Don't be mad at me. I mean, That's fine. Yeah, whatever you're. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine with me, Wild Turkey. I don't care. Fine with me.
I was flung out of the window,
Yeah,
landing
yeah.
in a pile
back
of
to
mud.
this.
Of course, it had to rain today. Thank you, Celestia. This is just what I needed. The window slammed shut, and I was left alone with only my rage to keep me warm. One day, I would repay her 100-fold for every time she had abused me.
Oh.
I wished
won't survive.
she were dead. I squirmed
Hey,
around
why?
a while, eventually giving up on getting free. The mud clung to the countless hairs in my coat and mane. After some careful wiggling, I
Oh. I
reached
get
the
it,
wall of
Reese.
the
My
mansion.
bad. My bad.
It took forever to reach the cold stonework, and the exertion didn't help me get to sleep. I was so
done
riled
good.
up, and the air was so chilly that night. The wall made a poor shelter, and I couldn't tell if sleep ever came. I drifted through various states of awareness as the ropes dug into my...
I know English. Shut up. You too, Wild Turkey. You have a good one. Got food in my mouth. Shut up, you dirty-minded people.
legs, keeping me awake. During the long night, I had plenty of time to think. It was as I lay there thinking that I began to
How would you not
realize
freeze to
something.
death?
I
Hypothermia.
was doing this to myself. My mother was right. I was acting uncivil, like an animal.
She was... I gotta stop pausing. She was not right.
All they had ever wanted was for me to play and compose music, which I could do. Why did I continue to provoke them? Why didn't I just behave and make it all better? They may claim not to love me, but if that were true, why
Godzilla,
would they spend
he's
so
doing
much
good.
effort to correct my bad behavior?
Baby.
I quivered in fear.
I've heard of him in the...
and
Well,
sobbed under
I've heard
the
of him...
moon.
Shut up. Stop talking. I've heard of him. I gotta learn English. I gotta learn English, bro. Freak. Español with C. Spanish. That wasn't... I don't know Spanish. I just embarrassed myself. Freak. Yeah, I heard of him yesterday, but...
The thoughts
said he
of
probably won't
defeat
be at the stream
going
today.
through my head were
But there'll be a
unwelcome.
stream next Friday, too. Should
They
be.
are the ones acting like animals. It's not my fault.
Maybe. I don't know. Will there be?
Is it?
It's their fault, buddy. Girl, woman, whoever. Hot chick. Nah, you good, Reese. You good. Okay, we're gonna get the hooks back. We get that ominous music. We're gonna get the hooks. SpongeBob and Patrick are not having fun right now. No hooks
I
to
awoke
jump
in my
on.
room the next morning, untied and covered in dry mud. Some pony had carried, or perhaps thrown me into my room.
Yeah.
I lay in the middle of the floor. Stretching out my legs caused sore, tense muscles to protest. Tears fell from the pain of trying to close my jaw as my muscles fought to stay locked in place. Once enough of the stiffness had been relieved, I walked over to the bed. I didn't want to get it covered in mud. That would make Mother unhappy. Crawling underneath it would provide enough peace of mind to fall asleep. It was easy enough to slide underneath the oak bed frame. I had often slept under the bed as a filly. The carvings in the wooden frame were still visible. My favourite spot was near the wall, safe in the corner. I looked up upon reaching it and read the carving in the oak bed frame. Mommy loves me. I closed my eyes and
Oh, those feels are real right now. Mommy doesn't love you. Mommy wants you dead. Just saying. How'd you carve that anyways? What?
waited to get some more sleep. The next time I awoke was near noon. A servant had brought me some food, and the aroma roused me from my sleep. I crawled out from under my bed and was shocked at what had been set on my table. Fresh daffodil and rose salad, apple cider, and hay fries. It was my favourite meal, an incredibly rare occurrence. I walked around it, sniffing suspiciously. Punish bad behaviour, reward good behaviour, I recalled.
I see you in a minute, bro.
Memories of my
Oh,
childhood
go. Sorry.
returned to me. I had been as unruly then as now. When the stick had failed, Father had convinced Mother to try the carrot. For a while, my behavior had improved as I was rewarded. In my naivete, I had believed my father loved me, for he had actually become kind. Then I had gotten my cutie mark. It wasn't only me that had
Danny
changed
been
when I got
tortured.
the cutie mark. My mother had become more cruel, and my father more distant. I had never dared ask if they knew how I got my cutie mark. I was scared to know if they had heard the chanting too. Just recalling that awful night made the room
There
feel
were
20 degrees
saints
colder.
chanting. That's about it.
This food was clearly another attempt to buy my good behavior. My stomach was growling. Screw it. Just eat the salad. I shrugged.
The
and
salad,
sat
though, is
down to
gross.
enjoy a meal. At least, if I knew they were trying to condition me, I could resist it, right? After lunch, I cleaned myself up properly in my bath, then hurried over to compose. My mind focused on scribing songs like a good pony. I thought of how I would pass the time and get to meet Lyra and Vinyl soon. The thought filled me with joy, causing more ideas to come to me. I began
Don't get
to
the
scribe
ideas.
faster, becoming happier as the hours passed. Soon, I was hearing 3 songs at once. I wrote furiously, trying to keep up with the inspiration. The more joy I felt, the harder it was to keep up. I slumped on the table in exhaustion.
Know what? I've been there. I write my own songs, hip hop, rap, whatever you want to call it. I've been there at times, but also have not been chased by hooks because I didn't write.
After finishing a 4th
Me and her are
composition,
kind of similar.
my jaw ached from clenching
Also,
the
I don't
thick
write
quill,
classical music
and my
either.
eyes burned
Ugh.
from hours of focusing on the parchment. I rolled my head over so I could see the clock. Practice was in 30 minutes. I got up from the desk and began to ready my things. A cello, bow, case, and some sheet music. All I was missing was my bow tie. I checked my closet for one, only to find they had been moved. Their absence could mean only one thing. Mother would want to put it on personally before I left. It was painful to sit there with the cello waiting for her. My hooves began to fidget as I chewed on my lip. I had every intention to go to the bar tonight. She was foolish to think a salad could win me over. If I could just hold my tongue for 30 seconds, I'd be on my way to the theatre. The door opened, and I bit into my cheek. A jolt of pain gave me something to focus on.
Excellent, darling. I see you've decided not to act like a swine anymore.
I've seen you decide to
If you're back
be a
from
piece of
practice
crap.
by 8, I'll let you sleep in the kennel instead of the mud tonight.
8, 9, 10, 11...
Now hold still.
she ordered. I felt the bow tie fasten. 14, 15...
There. Just like when you were a filly. Tell Mummy you love her.
21... I can't do it anymore.
Octavia, that was not a suggestion.
23... I was biting my lips so hard.
You're not making
I
it to
tasted
30,
blood.
buddy. I can promise you.
3 little words, and
still
she
got
would
7.
turn and leave. Yet I could not, would not say it.
Say it, and then stay at Vinyl's forever. Boom. You good to go.
I felt something prick my lips, startling me into opening my mouth. I saw 2 thin strands leading to the hooks in my lips, pulling them upward into a gentle smile. The puppeteer guided my words. I love you, Mummy. If I could have curled up and died in revulsion at
My
that
neck is
statement,
big.
I
But
would have.
like some.
The strings lowered my smile and let go. You're welcome, they seemed to say.
Good girl.
So she can't see the strings then. So you are dumb.
Mother patted me on the head, turned, and walked out. 29, 30.
Hate to say it. That wasn't 30 seconds.
The door clicked closed behind
Just
me.
saying.
Stupid fucking eggheads! I swore at the top of my lungs.
I can't edit that
slamming
out,
a
by the
hoof into
way.
the ground.
But it's okay.
We'll see who's laughing after I go to the bar again.
She
I
will
stood
be
up
laughing.
and walked to the door. I had done it. For 30 seconds, I hadn't insulted or attacked my mother. That had to be a new record. I would check the carvings under the bed later to verify that. The butler was waiting outside the door to
Bruh.
escort me to practice.
Milady,
He politely greeted me. "Buttery?" I giggled. He closed the door for me once I'd walked through with my cello.
in a good mood, milady.
Hell no. But it doesn't hurt to try. I glanced around the vacant hallways.
Shall we be going?
Yes. I started walking to the front doors of the house, with the butler following closely behind.
Might I suggest you skip the bar for at least one night? They have been speaking of how to deal with your next infraction, milady.
No, you may not suggest it. Just keep being neutral. If you start being nice or mean, I'll know that they've gotten to you.
As you wish, milady.
We walked to the theatre in silence. Maybe I'd talk to the chef later and see what he knew about the butler. Stranger things had happened than a unicorn butler being nice to a disobedient earth pony.
Wait, okay, hold up. I got things confused for a minute. Okay. The butler. I thought the butler was a friend and everything, but no, it's the chef that's the earth pony, and then the butler, okay.
I could only think of one, however. If the old mare's tale of Nightmare Moon was true, perhaps a nice unicorn was possible too.
I mean, yeah, have you heard of Twilight Sparkle, Rarity, Fidelity? That's her last name, Fidelity. Shut up. Rarity, Fidelity. We're using that. I'm about to sneeze. Light, I need you. Y'all know looking to a bright light when you're about to sneeze, and 99% of the time it'll help you sneeze.
Orchestra practice
No, it's
passed
not,
swiftly. The trips to the bar had become the real reason I lugged a cello halfway across Canterlot. I
Dang.
stood up at the end and looked over at the butler. Our eyes met for a moment, and I put my cello down on the ground. He sighed and nodded. I headed over to find Lyra this time. "Let's go," I snapped, and dragged her towards the exit, stopping only to drop off a certain red piece of fabric in the trash can.
Slow down, Octavia!
Lyra begged. We had made it outside, and I realized she was still hopping along on 3 legs to keep up. I let go. Apologies.
Hey, are you okay? Did you read a horror story or something? I did that once and didn't get any sleep all night. That's how you look.
Yes, I
Yeah,
didn't get any
well.
sleep. And what story? I barked.
See? Being all grumpy. Was it the story about the faceless creature under the bed?
I glared at Lyra.
He was under the bed.
Fair enough. That one kept me up for 4 days. It was about a starving creature that stood upright like a diamond
No
dog.
one asked your
He would
opinion!
swing from tree to tree through the forest until he spotted a pony. He'd then dress up like one of the pony's loved ones. At night, he would sneak into their bedroom. He stood at the foot of their bed, and he would rip the blankets off. The pony would
Then he would do.
wake up, startled, to see their loved one staring at them. Only he had no eyes or face. As soon as the pony looked at that face, they lost a piece of their soul. From that moment onward, the abomination haunted every second of their lives. He
Bro,
would
I got
hide in the
goosebumps. Y'all
periphery
see
of their
that?
vision,
Bro, look at
allowing
that.
them fleeting glimpses. Each glimpse stole part of their soul until they went insane.
Yeah,
Quite
I
a
would
horror
assume they
story.
would be.
I mocked. Remind me to tell you about my last birthday party, and we'll see which one of us is up all night, crying in fear.
Oh, cool. It must have been quite a good novel you got for your birthday.
No.
It was the actual
I sped up
birthday,
to
you
outpace the
idiot.
chatty unicorn.
You know, I gotta go to the bathroom. Here's the issue. Well, I gotta go to the bathroom. That's the issue. So hopefully you stay around. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna fill up my cup again with some stuff. Not weed. It might be green. I don't even know if weed's green. I don't know nothing about drugs. I'm not gonna lie. All I know is that they're not good for you. They're addictive and they're stupid. Haha, just like me. What? Ow. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm back, everyone. Sorry, am I okay? I'm still, I was gonna say something. What I already forgot what I was gonna say. Look at me, bro. I already forgot. Okay, what was I gonna say? Sorry it took me so long. Man, my brain ain't working.
Is it one I've heard of? Love Cult? R.L. Stallion? The Sparkle Zone?
Lyra continued to list off authors and novels as I tuned her out. It was the horror story about a mother flogging her daughter for trying to run away. Spoilers, she couldn't walk or sit for 2 weeks. The Blue Moon nightclub was up ahead, and never had I...
Wait, why couldn't you sit for 2 weeks? What did she do to that behind? I'm gonna shut up.
I'd be
I'm
more
sorry.
relieved to see it. I would have a good night chatting with Vinyl. My plan was to get as drunk as possible before I left. Mother would be furious and beat me, but I'd be too drunk to feel it. I'd wake up and deal with the hangover. I'd repeat the cycle after the next orchestra practice. It was a flawless plan.
You're going to die.
Once we were inside,
What
I
do you
found
not
Vinyl sitting with the
understand?
roof. She got
You're
up,
going to get
looked me once
bodied.
over, then allowed me to slide past her into the booth.
Hey, Lyra, why don't you go find Bonnie? Have a few drinks on me.
Vinyl levitated 10 bits to her.
Oh, thanks, Vinyl. And I'll totally get you that 50 bits I owe you. We're making truffles for the carnival in town next week.
Lyra promised. Vinyl signalled a mare over and ordered herself some hard liquor and me some mixed concoction. I didn't even notice she was talking to me at first. I was lost in my own world. She bopped me
sure
on the
you
nose, waking me from my stupor.
Octi, I asked if you trust me.
Sure, I mumbled.
Look, you must think I'm immature for being a DJ and partying every night. I've met a lot of ponies, seen a lot of things in the slums of this city. I need you to be honest with me.
Yeah, I replied. My mouth was still on autopilot as I fantasized about strangling my mother with a dozen red bow ties.
Yep,
But
hopefully
who
see you
would
next Friday,
really
Reese.
fix
The
it?
stream might be going by the
Well,
time we
just
get back.
hope.
I don't know.
Is
We still got a little bit to go.
your
Yep.
father beating
See
you?
you later.
My full attention turned to the DJ.
Father ain't beat me. But mommy sure. I'm sorry.
Instantly. She wore a rather somber expression. I didn't last 2 seconds before I burst out laughing.
This is serious, Octi. You look like hell.
I stopped laughing when I noticed I was drawing some attention. Sorry, I
Fell down some stairs.
Vinyl finished for me. Yes.
Yeah.
And to your earlier question, no. My father doesn't beat me.
Right. Just the stairs.
Vinyl sighed. She reached out and lifted one of my hooves.
Mother does.
Do you not notice
Muddy.
these rope burns?
Mother does.
I'm surprised no one at the theater has asked you why you keep showing up with bruises.
I yanked my hoof back. It's none of your business! I hadn't meant to shout. And yet, I had.
Octi, you said you trust me. Let me help you. Let me protect you.
Protect me? From one of the richest noble families in Canterlot. Parents who think I'm just a worthless mud pony. Oh yeah, that would end well.
You can just leave. I've seen the shelter on 3rd Street. Run away and the cops will protect you.
Yeah, like the sheriff who plays poker with my father. Maybe it'll be the first lieutenant who helps him pick the best vintages of wine. Oh, I know. Swift script, judge at the courthouse. He and my father play shuffleboard every Tuesday. Vinyl slammed her hoof on the table.
This isn't a damn joke. I'm not gonna let some asshole abuse you. Who is it?
And I told you, it's none of your damn business. I shoved Vinyl
Die.
away. Stop trying to help me. No pony ever helps me. I sprinted out of the bar
Well, that
and
can
ran
change
blindly
right
down
now,
a side
bud.
street.
I can
My
help you.
mind
I
didn't
got
have
something to
time
help you
figure
with.
out where I was or
Got a
where I should
pull. I'm
go.
on.
I just wanted to hang out with Vinyl, not to see her hurt by my parents too. Why did she want to ruin everything by trying to take on my parents? It wasn't fair. I just wanted to have some fun. I continued to race up the street until I collided with some pony. I recovered quickly.
Who is
and
it?
Stood back up to meet the stallion's eyes.
Hey, pretty. You
Oh no!
lost?
He asked. Yes, I'm looking for the palace district, I replied. My heart was beating quickly due to the jog. I heard a pony behind me whistle.
Hear that, Hopper? Got us a lost noble.
Sure do. The Palace District is right through this alley here.
He pointed down a narrow, dark alley.
Just turn left on the other side and head straight up the street.
Okay, thanks.
This is gonna
I
get.
really appreciate it.
I don't know if I can continue watching this.
At least
We'll
one thing was
see
going
what's
right
gonna
tonight.
happen.
I turned and walked into the alleyway. Halfway through, a shadow stepped out, blocking the other end of the alley.
Y'all know what's gonna happen. They're not actually gonna let this happen. Vinyl's gonna step in. As much jokes as I make about this, I don't support it. Hopefully that was obvious. If it isn't, it is now.
I nervously turned around to go
I'm not
back,
saying what they're
finding
gonna do. Y'all
Hopper
know it.
behind me.
Come on,
Looks
Vinyl.
like you picked the wrong night to get lost.
Vinyl, come
How about
on.
we do this the easy way?
No.
I won't have to break that pretty mouth.
What do you want? I glanced around
You
anxiously.
know what they want, bruh.
Only a few feet of free space were left.
What else would
I
they
don't
want?
have any money.
That's not what they want.
I don't want money.
Told you.
I want payment for the drink I bought you. I want to ride you until the sun comes up.
Get the hell away from my friend!
I had never been so relieved in my life.
Boulder, handle it.
Who do you think you are? Come to join the party, little unicorn?
No, I came to force feed you your own hooves.
How about your last chance to get lost before we knock your teeth out and make you bleed?
Boulder
Finally you
never
did something.
finished the sentence. The
Jeez.
three stallions had overlooked one key detail. Vinyl was the unicorn. The earth ponies had strength, size, and speed. Not a single trait helped Boulder when a large rock smashed into his head, knocking him unconscious.
Wrong answer.
Now wait, you crazy bitch!
Yeah. What'd you get?
Caught a
Come on.
trash can with his face.
Sorry.
The full weight of the metal bin slammed down on him several times.
Think you're stallion enough for me still?
I heard panicked hooves behind me. I turned and saw the last stallion disappear behind the end of the alleyway.
Octavia, are you okay? What the hey were you thinking? Why do you run off at night in the red light district?
She walked
This
over
is
to
getting
check
loud
on me.
for my eardrums. Turn down.
Final! I jumped on her, hugging her around the neck. Thanks, Celestia. I got lost, and they tricked me. They were going to do horrible things.
You've
began
seen
to
worse.
sob
Well,
as
probably
the
not.
stress and
Never
fear
mind. I'm
washed
shutting up.
away.
Hey now, I told you before. Stick with me, and I'll protect you. I wouldn't let scum like them or your father hurt you. You just need
Tell
to
her it's not your father, that it's your mother. Just do that. It's easy.
trust me.
Trust her.
Vinyl lifted me up off her neck and smiled. Thanks. I will. I was choking back a flood of tears. I do.
Hang in there. My apartment isn't far.
She held me close
There
for
is
one
another
hoof
one.
while walking me
Act
to her
3.
apartment.
I was thinking that was Act
It was a
3.
short walk, and I was grateful for that. I was
I'm gonna
barely
watch
keeping
this.
control of my composure.
Not in the video. I forget that.
Once we were inside, she locked the door and quickly flung the cans and empty boxes off her sofa. She led me there
She a
and
drug
sat
addict.
down next to me.
Or a
As
drunk
I
one.
sank into the sofa, I let myself be vulnerable. Vinyl would protect me. I began crying uncontrollably, years of repressed emotions flowing out. I could hardly breathe through the sobs and the gasps. My tears could have easily been mistaken for a waterfall, and my running nose for a sink faucet. I buried my muzzle into Vinyl's side and cried for an eternity until exhausted. I was used to it, though. With my mother around, it was as common as a meal. But
Coming
it
to
was
the meal off.
different with Vinyl. She cared. I'd never had a shoulder to cry on. I always read
Damn.
about it
I don't know what to say about this.
Only now did I realise.
I feel bad if I make a joke about it.
Vinyl wasn't a pillow or a stuffed bear. She was a pony who truly cared about
Yeah,
me.
a pony. What about it?
That realization brought on another flood of tears. I thought that maybe all my crying might start annoying her, but the way she stroked my mane told me it didn't.
Man, I'm getting the
Thinking,
feels.
I think she was glad
How's
that
my
I opened
camera
up
so
to her.
dim, bro?
Auntie,
My bad.
Vinyl whispered.
It's my mother. Don't make me go back.
Don't go back then.
I won't. Not ever. Do you want to tell me about it?
At first,
Do it!
I didn't want to talk about it.
Tell her how she made literally doffed your face and throat with freak pause. I'm not going there. With hot soup and to force your mouth to shut. That I'm making it sound.
I wanted to forget all the horrible things Mother had done.
Tell her
Vinyl would
though.
understand, so I told her about the abuse.
Good.
She
Learning.
loves to choke me, hit me, to trick me into thinking she loves me. I have to either grovel or face wrath every day. If I don't make enough music, or
It's okay. We can go to the police.
no, I interjected. I mean, not tonight. Please, I just want to be with you.
Yeah, I hope you get better, Reese.
You're
hope
the
you get better.
only
Still,
pony
good
that
job.
cares about me and isn't just
I don't know what's going on.
doing it
Ain't none of my
because
business, but
Father says to.
You're right, Octi.
I just picked the mic. That's not a good.
You're damn right. I care about you.
I'm sure you do, Vinyl.
I remember seeing her tears fall to the inside of her sunglasses.
If you want, you can live here with me.
You would really do that? I could stay here.
Vinyl,
Forget
I want to
about
let
the-
you know real quick, Vinyl. You're going to have the SWAT team at your door. You're going to regret it.
Cello. And they would never find me.
Something like that, yeah.
They will find
There
you.
was something
Trust.
about the way
SWAT
she
team,
said it
remember
that
helicopters?
shot my heart into
Okay,
space.
helicopters, probably.
It wasn't poetic or romantic, all things considered. It was a simple statement, but in it was my hope. The hope that I'd never have to go back, and that I could be happy for the rest of my life.
Good luck with that.
I still don't know what I felt at that moment,
Remember about the SWAT team?
but it was the greatest feeling in the world. My heart
How is
beat
there another
faster
act of
as my
this?
cheeks heated up. All I wanted was to spend that moment with Vinyl. Every other worry vanished from my mind.
And
She
how?
took her glasses off
does
and
someone
tossed them
ignore
across the
this?
room onto a chair. It was the first time I'd seen her red eyes up close. I wouldn't say they scared me, but I could see why some pony might have found them frightening. Yet, the more I looked
Still
at them,
beautiful,
the
though.
deeper I saw.
Or magenta,
Underneath
pink,
her cool,
purple,
collected
whatever
veil
they are.
was something beautiful. There was this twinkle, a deep passion for doing the
My
right
hair
thing.
is so uneven in the back, bro.
I could smell something
Look
faint,
at that junk.
something vanilla.
None of y'all business, though.
It was Vinyl's scent, and I immediately sensualized it. As we sat there, staring at each other, there was a point in time when something shifted between us. I saw her lips quiver and inch closer. The music began to play, soft and gentle, but I knew where it had to go. This was the prelude to a piece that would be mine and Vinyl's symphony.
How
My
they got
heart
together.
raced as I leaned in. I'd never kissed a pony before. My mind worked quickly to figure out how it was supposed to work. Before my brain could catch up to my heart, I had sealed my lips to Vinyl's. She pushed me away.
Octi, you don't know what you're...
Please, Vinyl, let me do this, I pleaded, trying to pull back. I clenched my eyes to keep the tears from surfacing. I didn't want her to see how broken and desperate I was. I don't care if I mess up. I just want to be happy. I felt
Well-
the hoof wipe a few tears from my eye.
As of right now, you
As soon
are.
as I opened them, Vinyl had
But
taken...
approximately 30 minutes and 23 seconds with 3 milliseconds to add on to it, you won't be. Want to shudder?
me and pressed her lips against mine.
Talk about from the video?
Closing my eyes,
I got
I let
goosebumps.
our burning passion push us closer. We wrestled and maneuvered ourselves until
All
she
but
had
2
me
laps.
pinned to the couch,
What are you talking
never
about?
letting ourselves separate for even a second.
That's all
She
in my
pressed
mouth.
my hooves down on
this.
either side of me.
It's this.
As I lay there,
Smoothie,
exposed to
remember?
her,
It's chunky.
my heart was pounding
Ugh.
in my chest.
That sounds
I was
gross.
so open and vulnerable that I began to whimper
I spit
and
all
tremble
over
beneath her.
the freaking mic.
She picked up on my nervousness and pressed her body against mine. I thought that she was experienced and that she'd be cool and collected. Yet I
ASMR
felt
anyone?
her heart beat just as fast as mine. She didn't stop.
I'm good.
As the
Woo!
heat of her touch began to rise, so did the music.
Nah, I'm not tripping. I seen something go shoo, and then it disappeared. It was like a black figure. I'm haunted.
I could imagine
Anyway.
just how silly I probably looked at the moment,
Upbeat
but I
music.
didn't care.
And they all
I was
just the
Octavia, I want you too.
How you gonna do it?
I don't know if I can. Vinyl never planned to wait, though. She took my hoof and moved it to herself. At first,
The
I was scared
background
to hurt
music.
her.
I'm not used to this.
She was so soft and delicate.
I'm used to hearing ponies
But
screaming.
when her
for
expression
mercy.
said otherwise, she let go of my
Not that
hoof,
way either, y'all.
and I
Pieces of
continued.
crap.
The music picked back up as we embraced. Everything rose higher and higher. Our heart rates, the temperature, the tempo of the music. This was our song.
They gonna do it. I'm telling
We
you, they gonna.
played it for hours.
They gonna do it.
Still,
They gonna do
the
it.
finale came too soon. It was a final
I
movement,
know the
a final
music.
push to resolve the piece that crashed inside my head.
It really adds to it.
We wanted it to conclude. We worked so hard
Conclude.
to compose the last piece. And just as I thought we would hear it, there was silence. A beautiful
Ruining the
silence
moment. I think it's adding to it.
Euphoria
Did it
surged
pause? No.
through us. White
Crap.
silence.
I just switched to AirPod because the other one's hurting my ear.
White hotness
you.
filled my mind as
That's a lot
pure
better.
ecstasy. I saw Vinyl's mouth move. I had to read her lips because I couldn't hear.
I love you.
I love you too.
Too loud compared to the voices. You know what? I get that. Okay, first of all, what's going on?
I found myself falling asleep
You in a cave or
as the
something?
silence offered me my first reprieve since my cutie mark had appeared. There were so many things I wanted to say as she held me, yet all I managed was, "Thank you." I felt safe with her hooves wrapped around me.
Not
with
for
no
long, you won't.
parents or music or strings to haunt me. I was quickly falling into a blissful sleep. I curled up and pressed myself into her.
I'll never leave you, Octi.
She
Don't know about that. You'll be dead by
know.
the end of this.
I whispered.
I
You
really don't
saved
know.
me.
I've never seen this.
I fought my drowsiness as long as I could. Seconds stretched to minutes and felt like hours as I drifted to sleep. I wanted to hold on to those wonderful feelings forever. With a final yawn, I let go and fell asleep.
I'm telling you, Vinyl's gonna be bodied at the end of this.
I was awoken in the
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I probably did. What'd I do?
by something pounding on the door. My body was more comfortable and
Here it
relaxed
is.
than it had been my
Here
entire
it is.
life. Stretching under the warm sheets, I opened my
Music's
eyes
kicking back up.
and memories flooded back to me.
Uh-oh.
This was Vinyl's apartment. Safe, warm, and we had. It was a night I would never forget. The pounding continued, and my weary ears thought they heard shouting.
Vinyl, you go.
I felt Vinyl get up from behind me to answer the door. Moaning, I curled up and gathered all the blankets around me. The banging continued.
Dang it! Hold your horses!
Vinyl shouted. I watched her
Vinyl.
stumble for sunglasses and walk to the door.
It's a parent.
Open. Door.
I couldn't hear the whole conversation.
Yeah, right. If this is another joke...
As soon as Vinyl had unlocked the door, it flew open, flinging her back. Several guards rushed in, complete with their golden armor.
I told you the SWAT team coming through!
Octavia? Hey, Sergeant, we found her!
He shouted into the hallway.
Just who the hey do you think you are? Get out of my apartment!
Vinyl yelled.
You be smart to shut up or we can arrest you for obstruction of justice!
The guard barked.
Excuse me?
Vinyl! What's going on? I whined, clutching the blanket close for comfort.
Octavia, we were sent by your father when you didn't return home. We're only here to bring you back to him. Your friend here won't be charged with anything if she shuts up and stays out of our way.
The guard walked over and tried to get me out of bed. No! They beat me! I won't go back! I screamed right in his ear.
Ugh, hey, Iron, Lance, Shield, come give me a hoof with her. Looks like she's really off her meds.
What?
Off her meds? Off her. Yeah, I do crack. It's okay. I'm just off of it. My bad.
I don't take medicine! Get off me!
I kicked out at the guard, tangling myself in the bedsheets.
Vinyl!
I glanced over to see her being held back by the sergeant.
Octi, don't worry! I'll come for you!
Not if you're smart.
The sergeant warned. The 4 guards had used the bedsheet to their advantage. It was easier to just wrap it around me further than try to get me out and grab my legs. I found myself squeezed into a ridiculous ball of cotton and fur, being hauled out in the magical grip of a guard unicorn. My eyes remained locked on Vinyl until they had carried me out into the hall. I had wanted to say something, anything, but with the guards here, no pony could save me now. My struggling continued until
I was
managed
joking
to
about
put
the
my
SWAT
head
team, by the
inside
way. I
ruffled
just
blanket.
spit.
I
I'm
didn't
joking
want
about the
any
SWAT
pony
team.
to see
I
me,
was, and I'm not now,
especially my
but I
parents.
was.
Perhaps ponies would think I was just a ball of cotton being carried along the streets of Canterlot. Nothing to see here, ponies. Move along. I laughed briefly at the thought of me
No.
as a ball of laundry. It didn't take nearly long enough to arrive at the mansion. I had hoped the guards would get lost, maybe accidentally ending up in the Griffin Kingdom. They unceremoniously dumped me out of the blanket onto the steps in front of my mansion. I recalled the routine I had used during the 2 times I had tried and failed to run away. Meet butler at door? Check. Escorted to room? Check.
But how did they know where you were? Is what I want to know.
Father walks in for staring contest? Check. Father leaves to let Mother do his dirty work? Check. Mother takes her anger at Father's small manhood out on me? Check. It began as I expected, with the butler at the front door. He did not meet my gaze once as he escorted me to my room. My father was not waiting there this time. He had sent my mother in first, abandoning all pretense at a guilt trip in lieu of physical violence. I waited for Mother to speak first this time. I'd prepare a good retort before she cut me off with a bow tie. I could see her wrinkled brow and trembling lips. Her angry grimace pulled her facial muscles taut.
I'm about to kill
It was
her.
just me, her, and my cello. My cello? I said in surprise. How does it keep coming back to me?
Shut the fuck up!
She spat.
No, I will not. What I would say.
Twice in a row, you stay out overnight. Twice after we covered for you so you could mope around in your bed for 2 days.
Mope around! You bashed me over the head, you wrinkled harpy! I believe I saw a capillary burst in her eye at that very moment. The distended veins on her neck and forehead bulged out against her
Because you're getting old, woman.
furry skin. If only she could have an aneurysm or a stroke at this very instant. If only I could strike back at the witch.
Bastard devil spawn! 10,000 to 1 odds,
I'm your spawn, so you get back, devil.
and we still
Come on,
managed
Octavia, you have a lot to roast about. Come on. I punched the table. Come on.
to have a worthless earthfall. I'd choke the life out of you, but it'd mean admitting defeat to his parents. Just because they said he shouldn't marry me. They blame me for you. Can you believe it? You aren't worthy to lick my horseshoes clean.
After my
Good,
monthly
I wouldn't
call,
want to anyway,
I
you
didn't
dirty
care
pizza.
for my mother's games anymore. Yeah, hurry up and get this over with. I have some music to compose, though I guess you can't relate. My music will live on for centuries. Your crayon-drawn scribbles will be forgotten inside a month. How long...
Wahoo! That's what I'm talking about. You're still about to die, though, but that's what I'm talking
has it
about.
been since you composed something halfway decent?
Still going?
4 years?
Woo!
5? Mother's horn
18.
glowed, and I heard
I
rustling
don't
from
know
a
how old you
nearby
are, but however
bookshelf.
old you are.
I heard the projectile whistling through the air this time, and ducked. I was only clipped by the book. It still hurt, but I stood my ground.
We had this custom made. Since you want to act like an animal, I'll collar you like an animal.
She levitated the device out of her nearby saddlebag.
Oh, no.
It's a red bow tie, magically enchanted with a metal collar underneath the fabric. You can't take it off, and you will not run away again. If you do, I'll track you down and drag you back here, kicking and screaming.
You wouldn't dare! I shrieked, taking a step backwards. The collar lunged forward for my neck in her magical grip. I fled for my bed and tried to dive under
Don't forget the fact you said you had that custom made. Who made it?
it. Her magic began to tear the tassels off from the drapes to use as improvised ropes.
Who would make that?
One of them reached me before I made it under the bed, fastening around my neck. I
Trying to take a sip of the drink. Stop it.
kicked and clawed, slowly forcing my way under the bed as she assaulted me. I would not be collared like a dog.
I've always wanted a pet. I wonder if you will appreciate me after I break you once and for all.
Mother
No!
laughed as she managed to drag me out from under the bed towards the waiting collar. I was floating in midair, flailing at this point. She could not get the bow tie around my neck due to my struggle. She hovered me closer and began raining blows down upon me instead. I refused to give up, making steady progress against her magical assault. One of her blows missed its mark, nailing my left eye. It would doubtless leave a large black bruise, making it quite obvious to all what she had done here. If only I could fight back. If only I could meet her blow for blow. The music filled the room to deafening levels. This was the worst time for this to happen. I couldn't compose now. I could barely fight the urge to lose consciousness. It was at that moment my
That's when the strings are gonna come down, pick her up off the ground. And she gonna start fighting back!
salvation came
go!
from the unlikely yet most welcome of places.
There
The
it is.
marionette strings and hooks shot down from the ceiling to my aid. The tassel around my neck was snagged and ripped effortlessly away. I gulped air into my lungs greedily, regaining my footing on the ground. I looked up at my mother with a feral grin, showcasing my teeth. Unbridled fury filled my eyes as my pupils narrowed. I could feel the hooks attaching to my lower and upper legs, the strings that would guide me to my revenge. I began to cackle at my mother, who was standing there in shock as the strings bound the tassel and bow tie to the floor.
Oh, she here, bruh! She here! Woo! Sorry.
My turn.
Give her it all! Give her everything! Come on!
I leapt forward, guided by
Choke
the
her
strings.
out!
She
Let's go!
instinctively let her magic run wild, flinging everything
I gotta
within
calm
reach
down.
at me in a maelstrom
It's just
of
a
fury.
show, man.
I dodged the projectiles
Let's
effortlessly,
go. Let's go. Let's go.
closing the
Let's
distance
go.
between us in a second.
My bad.
She couldn't even flinch before my hoof connected with her temple, throwing her back towards the door. She opened her mouth to scream before I brought my hooves down on her ribs, knocking the wind out of her.
That's what I'm talking about.
I
You sound
laughed
awesome.
as she gasped for air. The strings dragged the bow tie over.
Oh, okay. Hold up. I cannot tell y'all how happy I am. Oh, this whole series has only been 2 videos, but still, this one and the last one, I've been wanting her to get her revenge, man. I've been wanting her mother. And no, I don't care if it's just a TV or a YouTube video. I don't give a freak. I have been wanting this since the start. Let's go!
Quickly cinching it
Come
around my
on!
mother's neck.
Let's do it!
She began to
Let's do
gasp
it!
for air. What's the matter? Too tight? The
I've been waiting
strings
for this the
lifted my
whole
legs into the
time.
air
Let's
for the
go!
final blow. I readied
Go!
myself to trample that cursed
Come
face.
on! Let's go!
The door burst open as I brought my hooves down. The butler and my father rushed in.
Go!
Before I could complete my vengeance, I was tackled to the floor.
Ah!
I stared upwards at my father. His hoof sailed through the air as he hit me for the first time.
I don't care. She knows she shouldn't play around no more. Act 3. It's the end of this, I know. It's about to go to the freaking credits. But Act 3, she better be on the floor dead. No head. Shot with leg. I don't know. And 3. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, Act 3. Next week. Next Friday, probably. Woo! Okay. We'll let the credits roll through. Give everybody credit. Dribbler did a lot of rolls in this. The lost narrator's bonbon. Dribbler did a Lyra too? Dang. 4? But man, I've been waiting for this since the start. Ooh, this beat. Fire. Web shooter. Like that, man. Opening warning voice. Even getting credit for that. Wow. Hooks and strings. Hooks and strings.
That was A Puppet to Her Fame.
Act 2.
Act 2, Concerto.
Concerto, okay. Well, I'm gonna get off here with you guys after I literally almost exploded my freaking throat, but it's okay. Hope you guys did enjoy. Act 3 might be next week. It probably will be. I'm pretty sure it's going to be. But I might start might do a gameplay stream too. I don't know what I'll do. We'll find it. We'll see. I still got to play Final Fantasy 6 Pizzeria Simulator, but we'll see. I probably would do this because I want to know what happens. She better hold up. While I'm here, I'm gonna see if there's an Act 4. Come on, mouse. Thank you. I want to see if there's an Act 4. Nope, don't look like it. I'm not seeing one. It should be right here if there's an Act 4. But that's not my neighbor. Okay. Oh, that's Fusion G Gamer. Let's go. 90 views and 9,000 views in 20 hours. Okay. But yeah, this should be the last act. So we'll probably do this one tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Shoot, tomorrow's Saturday. I gotta go to the bathroom again. Oh my goodness. next Friday. So I hope you guys did enjoy. I will get off here with you guys. Subscribe, like, because I'll see y'all all in the next one. And I got to go over here and end it. I'll see y'all all in the next one. And as always, peace out.